See this cute little vial here? It's crack, rock cocaine, the most addictive form. You think it's the glamour drug of the 80s? Well, that's the point of this friendly little reminder. It can kill you. And if you've got to die for something, this sure as hell ain't it.
In the next few months, the motion picture industry and theater owners will be bringing you a series of messages like the one you just saw. I don't think anybody will miss the point. The thrill can kill. The drug dealers need to know that we want them out of our schools, neighborhoods, and our lives. And the only way to do that is to take the customers away from the product. Say no to drugs and say yes to life.
Of course, your local drug pusher may tell you a little something different about these drugs. And who you believe is up to you. But then again, if you go ahead and try them, at least it won't be out of ignorance. Just stupidity. What would I do if someone offered me these drugs? I'd tell them to take a hike.
Recording in progress.
From the garbage can. Somewhere in an alley. This is Mike.
This is Dan.
And this is Rich.
And this is Manwich.
Manwich.
You know.
What's going on, my Manwichers?
You got some sandwiches?
Well,
we turned away from that balloon story or Russia and all that kind of stuff.
Poor kid lost his balloon.
The thing of it now is that train derailment in Ohio.
Yeah, man.
Kids are getting sick.
Oh, there's a bunch of aftermath going on.
Kids
over
are
there.
getting sick, bleeding through the
water.
nose, and the water's bad.
Kids are bleeding through the nose,
and they're saying, and they're on the news that the water's fine, and he's drinking it out of a bottle. He's drinking bottled water, not taking a glass out of the sink and slamming that bitch, man. Oh, you know damn well that shit goes into, if it went into that stream, it went into your water supply. Maybe not a whole lot yet, but in time to come, that's going to be really bad. You throw a stone in there and it turns weird.
I know, you see that? I remember last time I was telling you about that when I seen that video of that.
You throw a stone in
that
what?
Chick, she threw that big rock in the water, and then it was like an oil slick, like ring came up, like that rainbow looking shit, like when you look in the water.
Oh, you know,
that's what came up.
I saw a small clip about that.
It was like, what the?
They said because they deemed it.
Stay at the bottom.
They deemed it. They deemed it to be clean. Mm-hmm. The area to be clean, and then somebody I don't know if he was a news reporter, but I don't know if he dipped his finger into the water or like put a stick in. I think he put a stick in the water, and when it hit the bottom. Same thing, like kind of like what looks like kind of like food coloring or oil or something.
Yeah, it's like bluish looking shit, like a slick of shit. You know it's not good. You know that shit ain't no good.
Yeah, well, well, you know that train derailment. You said something about one of the tracks were melted or something like that.
What would it be melted from?
Ooh, that's a lot of
movement, a lot of movement going over the top, and it heats it up.
So is this like mechanical failure that caused it? It caused the train.
What happened? How did it happen?
The rail.
How did it happen?
You're going down there, and all of a sudden, one of the switches that let you know that the bearings are letting loose on it, or something's going on with one of the bearings and that, because that whole wheel come right off. And it didn't register. And every so many miles, they got them little lights there that tells you if there's something wrong with your brake system or with the bearings or something like the overheating. Well, it overheated and destroyed it and melted the part of the track off it like that. And when it did, it jumped track because everything stopped. That whole fucking wheel axle stopped.
I see.
It sounds
like a caterpillar, huh?
They don't hook them together like that. They ain't got no. They ain't got nothing like that. Now.
Not like a caterpillar.
No, they ain't got a shaft going through there. They're on a plate. Then they put a big steel wheel on there It's missing part of it, and it's on an angle. Why is that on an angle? Why don't they get them to wrap it around that track itself and run the rail, the whole rail, inside and outside the rail? Nothing can jump the track then, even if part of the track is missing. Can't still jump.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, because
I think it's
Hold on, you're saying you got an idea that would prevent all trains from derailment?
yeah.
Well, I know, maybe not all trains.
Well, I'm not being a
Which
smart
one?
aleck. I'm saying that could be an invention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Let's make some money, man.
Yeah. Got $10. When you get your money, can I borrow $10?
Everybody doesn't have.
You could end
Donate.
up. You know what? You could.
And I'll see what I can do.
ring. Hey, you got some money?
You could end up.
I heard you got $10.
You could end up like reinventing the way transportation is with the rails.
Yeah, but that's the way it should
Yeah,
be.
man.
Really, it should be that
You're a great inventor.
that wheel, instead of riding half of it and have the lip on the outside and it's on that angle. Why is it on an angle?
I don't even know what you're talking. I've not seen it. I haven't seen this. What are you talking about?
The wheel on a train,
They're on angles. They run on angles, like what, inwards or outwards.
they're straight, they're beveled.
Oh no, okay, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, you're
and
saying.
then they lay like this on the track like this.
So the track is beveled too, or no?
No, the track is
Okay.
kind of rounded though.
Yeah, it goes
Okay.
flat on the top and it rounds around like that.
And it could slip either way. You know?
But now, okay, if you're
It's pretty
talking
solid
about
stuff.
that, there'd be like a way to like be kind of latched onto the rail itself. How would the wheels turn?
They ain't latched onto it. They ride on the edge of it. It's like this. The rail's like this, and then it comes up like this. Have a little lip in there.
Should be like a roller coaster,
about
huh?
a half inch, and then put it on there, and then it's like a roller coaster. You got
How
the
it has
little
that
ledge,
little wheels that come out and
Yeah.
grab on,
right?
and then you're like, you got the main
you
wheels,
can't jump
and you got
track.
like those are guides. The smaller ones are like
Oh,
for
well, then
guides.
that's what
and
they
it's-
need to do then.
Dude, man,
Or,
Get some
you know,
cash.
and then another thing too, a complete rail, not split rails. You know, the complete one. You ever see that? You got a big round, big barrel-like round thing, you know, and it goes on the track, and the thing levels it out and brings that track nice and flat. And that steel is all in a roll, you know, rolled up like a donut.
oh, yeah, the rails for the
Yeah.
rail. Yeah, it is. It's weird.
Huh?
It's like
and then
how the
also,
hell they-
there it is. They're going down. That thing is pushing like this. Then they weld it. When it comes to the next one, they weld it. Then they got a big
Yeah, but they
net.
use, I believe it's magnesium is when they do that. They put that powder or whatever it is, and they ignite that with a spark.
Baking
I remember
soda.
that.
Baking soda.
That's what they. That's how they do it. I remember when I was a kid, I was over there and they're repairing the track right there.
Oh yeah, you worked there. You and Josh.
Mm-hmm. And then we're going up and down. That was cool as shit, man. I liked it. Pushing.
You could have
that
went.
thing
You could have
like
went
that.
with them off into
I should have just kept
into
going.
the Dakotas.
I could have just kept going with them.
Yeah, I
I
usually
should've
want to
just
go
kept
to the
going.
Dakotas because everything is flat there, and you know you can't run in a ditch in South Dakota. You can't run into a ditch.
I could have just kept going, and
It
that would have
just
been nice. I
feel-
seen monarch butterflies, a whole bunch of them. I seen all kinds of cool stuff out in the middle of seemed like nowhere.
Where is this?
Out in the middle of nowhere. We're up in Michigan by that time. Way up in there.
Yeah.
Way up in Michigan somewhere. We were far out there. I'd walk for miles and miles pushing that thing.
Yeah.
And then grabbing machines, and they had all kinds of stuff out there. It was pretty neat. I remember when it was really strange too, because there's a story behind it. Like all of a sudden how it happened, because my cousin Josh, we were over in Lena and we were like hanging out, and we were by the railroad tracks and shit like that. And I was like, man, I wonder how they make this stuff. And then Josh goes, oh, you better not say that kind of stuff, because now we're gonna find out. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, well, and then that's when it happened. All of a sudden, we were working for the railroad. All of a sudden, he talked about it, and all of a sudden, there we were.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. I said, that's pretty neat.
How old were you?
I don't 19 or something.
Wrote that.
Maybe 19 years old.
And you were where?
Peshigo.
Like probably in Michigan. We went all the way up through there.
Oh, yeah, you went up to Michigan.
Yep.
This was after Jackie.
Whenever. No names. No. Why you adding like other
Because
names?
like I'm your brother, and like I
know.
don't remember you ever being in Michigan or being 19 in Michigan.
He was in O'Connell living in O'Connell.
Okay.
And then him and Josh got a job
Okay.
working on the tracks, and he went from Pestigo up into Michigan.
So
Yeah,
Pestico's in Wisconsin?
No, Michigan is the state of Michigan.
No, Pestico.
Pestigo is state of Pestigo.
It's like Pensaki.
Yeah, Pennsylvania's all by itself, its own
Yeah.
country. No, Pestigo is O'Connell County.
Okay.
You know, and years ago they had the big fire there.
Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. I mean, when I hear big fire,
I also see the cow kicked over that land.
You don't
Cause
know.
Well, I started thinking about. Is that a true story though? There's
Yeah,
a
a
cow
true
that
story
kicked the-
about-
co-
no.
kicked over a cow.
I don't know
a
how it
lantern?
started. There's a story of how it started. I don't know, but anyway, the
Legend
whole thing,
has it.
it burned.
Legend.
It burned the whole town just about down. Killed
When
a lot
you
of people.
When you said that, I instinctively I thought about the Chicago fires.
Yeah, but this happened in the 1800s. I remember it plainly. You know,
Okay.
Plainly. Like an airplane.
no jet.
Hey,
Jetly.
so check it out.
Jetly. Oh my God. He's gonna kick your ass now.
I posted. You ever watch this documentary about Bob Lazar and Area 51 and flying saucers? Have you ever heard of Bob
Oh,
Lazar?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I heard about him.
Did you hear about the documentary that was done in 2018?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Have you
Where he
watched
checked
it?
it. Where he was checking all over. He went over to in Nevada, and he checked there, and there was nothing there. And then when he went from Nevada, he went to Oklahoma, not Oklahoma, but New Mexico. He went there and checked there. There was nothing there. Then he heard that it got moved someplace in Illinois somewhere.
But Bob Lazar wasn't looking for flying saucers. He worked.
He was
for 'em.
looking for it was like looking for the flying saucer to meet where it went. I think the documentary was all trying to find out where it went to, because it wasn't there. In 54 or 52, whatever the fuck it is.
This documentary was about if his allegations were true, and he talks about in the documentary how he was involved with re-engineering, but with the attempt of re-engineer a recovered saucer. In the documentary,
Coffee.
he talks about that there was 9 of them, right? And that one of them, he used the word ancient to describe it. And there was people that when he came out in the late 80s, people thought that he was, people bought, you got a lot of people that they were like, oh, wow, like the UFO community, like MUFON, for instance, I'm sure they jumped on it right away with what he was saying. But he talked about stuff that people discredited, and then later on where it was factual. For instance, there's something called Element 19 or something.
Woo.
That's my phone. Element 19.
What was it?
Element 19.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, that was it. Element 19. Something. I can't remember the exact number, but what they were able to do, it had properties, right?
Mm-hmm.
And regardless of the properties and the exact number, people dismissed it. They thought he made it up. And then years later, it was discovered that this element exists that nobody knew about.
Wow.
So it's like he said he worked with it. And then
where'd you find it at? How do you know anything about that? Where you get it from? Like,
you can't get it. I guess you can't, you have to, he got it.
You have to create it, or is it
no,
like,
he said it came from
somewhere?
he said it came from one of the down saucers.
Oh.
I think it was used as an energy source to fly it, to get it to operate. But supposedly he had snuck some out, which would have been a big no-no. Because for one, when he was let go, he came out and was exposing what he said he saw firsthand at Area 51. And I remember Bob Lazar when I was a kid, because my dad used to watch Sightings. Remember the TV show Sightings?
Sightings. They always talk about UFOs.
And that's when I first heard about Bob Lazar. Oh man, I was like 9 years old at the time when sightings came out, like in 1991.
Dude, was it that long ago?
But hold on, he had been out since then. You know,
Sightings.
once his name got out there, it got out there, right? But that's when I first heard about him, when I was just a kid. And like I said, so they did this documentary in 2018 because nobody had heard from him for I think over 20 years. Like once he came out and said what he had said, he exposed of Area 51. In which case, when he initially presented what he said to be facts, he didn't want his face shown on camera because he said that, I don't think verbatim were his words, but I assume it's because it was, he was fearful of his life. But at the same token, he came forward because he was fearful of his life. So it's like you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, right? So he's like, I'm going to say something. Here I am. If I die, this is because of, what's going on in Area 51 that I worked at. But at the same token, he wouldn't show his face at first because he's, so it's like, it's kind of like, why wouldn't you just come out and just show your identity? But I was able to rebroadcast that documentary on both the Rumble and YouTube platforms, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, I've got my take on UFOs today, and I want to do a piece on Stan Dale. Now, Stan Dale is American who later moved to Australia. And when he went to Australia, it was to actually create what we call today as UFOs. Stan Dale said they're man-made aircraft. And this goes into like Bob Lazar is saying that this is all extraterrestrial and it's not from this planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now Stan Dale talks about that definitely in the 60s. I want to say 50s, but like definitely in the 60s, he said that they had already invented was it anti-gravitation? It was already invented. As a matter of fact, there's a piece. Stan Dale's got a YouTube channel, for one, if you guys were ever to check out his work. But he talks about how he gives out like the layout plans on how one could make a makeshift one at their house. And it's so primitive with what he says that you do. Like to me, because it sounds so primitive.
Are you gonna try?
So
it?
Basic. Nah, because I have to go get all. I just I'm not worried about the aircrafts and the UFO stuff, and I don't want to be like dicking around like him. He said that when it first came about, like somebody had concocted something together, and they ran some electricity through it or whatever, and it had a field. It had like a force field around it. But he said when they unplugged it, there was an explosion. They couldn't contain it at the time. But
womp womp.
Yeah, but Stan Dale had talked about, though, they were man-made. That all this aircraft that we see today, he said they're man-made. And he said when they're in this aircraft, because people are like, well, how could they make these turns at like 10,000, let's say, miles per hour, right? How could they make this a 90-degree right angle turn? And he said, well, what's really going on is when you're in these aircraft, you're going so fast that everything else on the outside is slow. They're going slow. It's not you. He said it's them. Like they're the ones going. So they said like if they get fired upon, like well not they, because he never was in one, but he said when it's fired upon, the people that are navigating these ships, when that missile hits, they see it. It would take 5 minutes. That's another thing too. He talked about, which would fall into like when people talk about if you're on a planet, like the movie Interstellar. Remember when the guys when they're on that planet and 5 or 10 minutes was like 50 years.
Oh yeah, dude, that was crazy how that was like working. Yeah.
Well, that same
like they get there just minutes before that dude died or what happened.
That
was
same
some crazy stuff, man.
That same philosophy, that same whatever theory is what is with these man-made crafts. When they're in there, it's like time traveling, so to speak, right? But like time's going fast for them or everything's going slow around them. But Anyhow, Stan Dale, man, he was the one talking about that they were man-made aircraft. That's what I posted though, was that documentary of Bob Lazar. Like, I used to be deep into UFOs, like the Phoenix Lights. I'm sure you heard about that because you were from Phoenix, Arizona. Not that you were there when it happened; you were already gone. But you know, it's Phoenix news, man, and it became world news. You ever heard of the Phoenix Lights?
Yeah.
What about the ones in Madison, Wisconsin?
And dude, you know what?
I saw them.
Hey, I'm sure somebody recorded what you said.
They did.
Look,
They did have it.
I was looking for material because I did a piece about UFOs, right? And I had some hip hop in the background, and I had some, I was showing, dude, I was trying to find clips. Dude, a couple years ago, you could find clips all over. You could find UFOs when there's a solar eclipse in Mexico, where there'd be like 50 of them, little orbs of lights in the sky, right? And
They took them down. They're going to give you some new ones to look at now.
there was
Update
footage.
them.
There was footage about people that seen UFOs in Milwaukee. But you know what?
Those were seagulls or something at night. Remember those? Remember a while back over by the lakefront? Is that what you're talking about?
No, there
They
was
tried to say
people.
those are seagulls in the sky.
These were people that seen the footage. I seen the footage that they were showing on YouTube, but I couldn't find it anymore. Like this stuff used to just spring up left and right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my thing to add about this
I mean-
episode is just the UFO stuff.
I like UFOs. I want to fly one. Radio controlled. Someone's got to make one.
When you first reported those balloons, it was reported UFO sighting. How can they take a mistake a balloon for a UFO?
They taught the kids that in school. It said, it's not a circle. That's an alien spacecraft. UFO, I mean.
Either one. Either one of them.
Balloon. No.
Balloon.
UFO.
A balloon's not a UFO. You shot down that college balloon that they made, that silver tube. You're in there just kicking back. He blew that thing right out of the sky.
There's people in that?
Oh, no.
Oh. That would suck, dude. If you're just like, there's somebody in a hot air balloon and there's like, there he is. UFO, shoot it down. And you can see the people in the basket.
China said there's going to be a lot more. There's going to be a lot more in the sky. Because they ain't the only ones that send up weather balloons. There's 700 here in the West sends them up.
That's a lot of balloons.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
That is a lot of balloons, man. These balloons must be really high up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you don't see them.
Can't be so many feet below.
Because where the planes fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, be above that. Give me some money.
you want to look up some balloons?
Yeah, look up some balloons. The
Go
one from
ahead, you go
Pennywise.
right ahead. Hold on, let me just do the share. Let me just do the share real quick. Don't type none yet.
No.
There, you got the mouse right there too. You got to go up because it's still on my screen. There it is. BALL. I know, I'm just messing with you because now you get to go ahead and you could type it in yourself. Take the helm.
Circus balloons and shit.
Is that one?
There's one right. Mr. Smart, yeah. There's one right there.
Here? That one.
Dude, that's a waste. That's money wasted. Why not just take a sniper and just take, or dude, that's money wasted. That's money thrown down the toilet, man.
When that thing went over the fucking mountains,
Dude, they're wasting
they're
wasting money. What is that? $1 million a missile? Shoot down a balloon, and this country's already over 30 trillion in debt.
It's an alien.
Oh, dude, I remember that.
Shoot it down with your missile.
Dude, you remember that? You guys remember that story? They thought that little boy was in that balloon. He had hoaxed it. It was a hoax.
Wait, I think I kind of remember that. Vaguely, I think I kind of remembered.
Yeah,
like
dude, that was a hoax.
But I never knew what happened after that. I don't even know what
there it is
happened.
right there. Now you can find out.
You want to find out what happened to him? It was a
It's
hoax.
all. It's all you, man. You got the helm.
Who could forget that homemade flying saucer in 2009?
All of America was spellbound as a balloon raced across the sky. Fears were that a little boy was trapped inside.
For 2 hours, millions of Americans watched, rooting for the survival of 6-year-old Falcon Heaney.
He's in there, according to authorities.
His dad, Richard, said the family of 5 was working on the helium balloon in their backyard with home video camera rolling.
2, 1.
When it flew off with little Falcon inside.
Dad, Falcon's in there! Where? In the ship!
But it turned out the boy was home the whole time, hiding in the attic. Then there was this.
I think they said that the dad was in on it.
Yeah,
the
it had
kids
to
on
be.
it.
It had to be. 15 seconds of fame.
And millions of people were watching it.
Yeah.
Wow. Because people really thought they were like, how are we going to save him? How are we going to save him?
Moment later that night when Falcon seemed to fess up during a live interview with CNN's Wolf Blitzer.
We did this for the show.
Police say the Heanies were fame seekers who staged the whole thing in hopes of landing a reality show. And here they are today. Despite all the evidence against them, they're standing by their original story. Did you really believe that Falcon was in that balloon?
We couldn't find him, so I went into panic mode.
Balloon boy.
Dad looks like he's unemployed.
Dad's like, I was really high.
Damn. I mean, I could be unemployed, but man, they look beat up, man. That's only like
Boy
it's only
is
like
now a
12
teen,
years
and
later.
he's defending
13.
his dad.
Dude, that looks like you. Dude. What do you, I mean, what dude, it's only been like 13 years and they look, dude, that's how the dad looks. Like the dad, did they look, well.
Yeah, he's got a stomach on him now, and he got older.
Man.
Dad, who went to
Not
jail for
everybody
the
can,
elaborate
like,
hoax
stay
that
like me.
captivated the nation.
It wasn't a hoax, and there's more to
It
the
wasn't?
story.
A lot of people had the opinion, look, this is a guy who hasn't told us the truth about this whole story. Why should anybody believe what you're saying now?
I've always been an honest guy. I've always been true.
He sounds like a liar. I'm always an honest guy. I've always told the truth.
Let me tell you the truth. Hold on a second. I've always been an honest guy. Trust me. Jeez. Wow. Okay. What we got here?
Just moon the mic.
Moon the mic.
Moon the
Let me
mic.
bend over. Yeah, moon it for you.
Watch out.
What, you spilled?
Oh, Michael.
Just put it right there. Put the can up on the table. That's fine. Put it on. We'll take the coaster and put it over there and put the can on the table. Next time I'll just oh dude.
Hello, it's me. looking for balloons. Oh, hold on. I just want balloons now. Balloons.
Be careful, you might get a scary clown.
I'm looking for Pennywise.
You want to blow the balloons with me, Richie? I like to float.
Did you see that video he scrolled past? Said U.S. can't defend. U.S. can't defend.
Where is this?
He's right up there. How China can destroy U.S. with its spy balloons.
Wow. It's just a weather balloon. It's got a laser cannon.
Oh, you got
Death
Joe
Star.
Rogan.
It's a Death Star. Let's listen to Joe.
The Joe Rogan Experience.
I was gonna ask. Eddie. I've been waiting. I was gonna do it at dinner. I want to wait for this. What's up with those Chinese balloons, bro? Why are they there? Those are.
Dude, shouldn't people get in trouble for calling it a Chinese balloon? Remember before, didn't they say something about something called
the Chinese
flu?
virus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like, all had a problem. So where's all the big outrage about being called a Chinese balloon?
Dude, you know it's come out that the virus.
China.
It's come out that virus
Came from the lab.
came from China. You know, hey, dude, a block away from where that laboratory is also, there's a street that is 666.
Yeah, I heard about that. I was like, wow. I'm just like,
dude, what I'm telling you.
Well,
it's not a coincidence.
The Bible's real.
It's not in a coincidence. It's real shit, dude. It's like,
666, a street, 666th Street, right across the street. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You need to get yourself together. You're looking scared.
I am.
You are scared of it.
I'm feared.
See what they're gonna say next.
I'm more feared of the unreality than I am with reality.
Yeah, wow. You've been desensitized
Because
to reality.
Reality is reality. Unreality is nothing, but there's always that possibility. It could be reality. Just because somebody marks it unreality. It milks your brain.
Hey, so I'm not trying to preach to you, but I'm on. So you believe that hell exists, right?
Oh, you know hell exists.
Join us.
Hell does exist, but there's a lot of things you do in life that's not going to put you there, but you think it's going to do it though. It'll do it.
I stole the candy bar.
Out of the 10,
I have no idea.
That he give you, right? The 10 Commandments. Them's are rules. Them's the rules he gave us. Them are that you live on. You break them, you're fucked.
Well, everybody broke one of them then.
Yeah, everybody broke one in the beginning.
So we're all doomed.
The very beginning, it was broken. That's why we're here.
Well, listen.
Where's here?
I'm saying, if a baby's born today, if somebody doesn't matter, 3 years old, even if you're 3 years old, when that kid lies, and that kid knows it told a lie, it's broken one of those rules.
Yeah, but see, there's difference between a young kid telling a lie.
I said a kid. Hold on.
Even
I said
though
a
the
kid
kid knows it's a lie.
Hold on. What I brought up when I said kid because I know you're interested in this. I said kid because I really want to say adult. Because you're like, well, if you break one of them, then you're screwed. Well, yeah, we're all screwed. The Bible says that's why we've all fallen short of the glory of God.
But there's different ways when you look at telling a lie, you know. Like me, I don't lie. I tell stories. And I always let you know that I'm telling a story. I say,
so you're
this
saying,
is a true story.
Hold on.
Not the story is true, but the story.
Have you ever have you ever done anything that was outside of faith? Like, you ever do something and not do it because you said it wasn't possible?
I did something that I said I couldn't do, but it was still possible.
No, you decided not to do it because of the probability.
The probability of not succeeding in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, the Bible says, and the just shall live by faith, right? You said 10, but there's actually 613.
Yeah. Now you're reading the Quran.
No. I'm not. I'm reading the Old Testament. Now I said faith. I said something else faith based because
I gotta go.
The Bible talks about. The Bible says that and this is a verse. It says anything that's not from faith is sin. So in other words, listen. If a person were to justify themselves by the law, right? And they said, well, if you can keep the 10 commandments, you're safe. Well, there's actually 613. Now, if a person says, well, if you keep all 613, you're safe. Well, actually, whatever is not from faith is sin. And because of that probability of sinning is more than 613 because there's more than 613 things that a person can think of that they not, shrinking out of fear would not do, which would not be faith-based then. So the sin actually is innumerable. When the sin against God is innumerable, you could sin in the millions, the trillions probably, because whatever is not of faith is sin. If I believe I can't do something, no matter what that is, no matter out of all the different ways of that being of not believing that it can be done, that would be sin. Because see, without faith, it's impossible to please God. The ticker is faith. But I threw that in there because what were we talking about before? And then I said, well,
aliens,
UFOs,
balloons. What made you stop playing the Joe Rogan?
I have no idea.
The only thing I'm fearful about when you playing this Joe Rogan is that if
getting your ass kicked by him,
no,
him coming to your house, be like, look, you've been watching me.
Dude, how tall? Let's see, how tall do you think Joe Rogan is?
Tall enough to whip my ass.
Really? He's your height.
Is he?
He's 5'8".
Wow.
Some people could say because of all the working out and all this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he has a Napoleon complex. Not to say you're short, but you're 5'8".
Am I?
That's the average height.
Shorter now. 5'7".
The average height is 5'8".
You don't have to feel insecure. You're no,
look, man,
that's average, man.
Look at that, dude. Everybody's that height.
Yeah, but
okay? You're taller.
Well, see, when you get older, you
If you're
lose.
taller than that, then you're a giant.
I was pretty tall. I was pretty tall when I was younger, man.
How tall?
I was about 6'2".
He was a half inch taller.
Going now.
He was a half inch taller, and he lost it.
I sit there
He
and
took a step off the side.
hey,
of the,
you come back, you walk from
curb.
California back to Wisconsin, see how tall you are.
Well, I suppose that if you're like the soles of your shoes are an inch, by then you'll be like an inch short because you'll just be barefoot. Your shoes will wear out by the time.
Yeah,
you
I
get
could
here.
be flat-footed though. That takes off another half inch, so you're looking at completely 3 inches.
Joe Rogan, check it out. You in your prime, you would defeat Joe Rogan in your prime. You would because dude, your dad broke a 2x4 with his fist.
More than one though.
Your dad was quick.
3 of them.
Hold on, your dad was quick. Your dad had speed. Your dad was your dad was cut. He was see, and this is like somebody who's working out.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing against the man.
Wasn't he a wrestler?
No, but it's nothing against him personally. It's just that when you have guys that like, he's so in tune into like new, a person could call it new age beliefs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I believe he agrees with evolution. He's into meditation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He'll do the saunas. I'm not against somebody like sweating, releases toxins in the body. But I mean, he's old too though, man. I think he's definitely like in his 50s, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he still works out.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes a person, so there are times when people that do those things because they have a complex inferiority. Or their insecurity. That's insecurity. It could be like manifestation of insecurity that's been built
be physically fit so he can have some longevity to be healthy
That
longer.
could be true, though. That could be.
He doesn't want to be like 70 years old and be a 70-year-old man. He wants to be, dude. He wants to probably like live to every last little drop, of life.
I think your dad would have. I think your dad would have took him.
You think so? I think maybe he could.
Oh yeah. Do you know why? Okay, all right, he knows martial arts.
You could. I think you could. I think
Listen,
actually, I think you could have because you
Joe
were
Rogan,
really super
check
fast.
I never think I could. I know. I know I could at that time. When I was 50 years old, I still would kick his ass.
At 50? Yeah, I think so. 50 years old.
Well, I'll tell you what. Definitely when you were like 40. Yeah.
Yeah, I was in my 40s.
Oh, 40s.
I'm saying definitely when you
I was still hanging drywall.
Well, listen, definitely because right now that would be 34 years ago.
I hung drywall all the way till 60 years old.
Hold on. Definitely, yeah, I would say that. Because 34 years ago, your dad that would be like 1990. Absolutely.
Wow.
And I think he would tip his hat off to you because he wouldn't expect it. But that's dude, like your dad. I remember when they would talk about Bobby, like Terry would say, like it was like I was always like, well, Ken would win, even though Bobby was known to or said to have all this stuff. It was like you would do it, you'd win, you would win that fight, dude. You could have been a champion of champions.
Yeah, you could have been a champion of champions.
Yeah. But look what happened to Bobby. Look what happened to him.
Yeah.
His head got cut off.
He got smacked real good, man.
He ripped the handlebars right off that motorcycle.
Yeah.
And he hit the side of the
right
car.
on 13th.
The handlebars are in his hand still.
He was on his motorcycle and he was showing off to a girl and he went by her nice ass. And that's the last thing he fucking said.
He went speeding by really fast.
He went and crossed into the next lane to pass a truck on 13th Street.
Somebody
goddamn well, people's pulling
workshop.
out. People's going to pull out when they're seeing enough room. See that truck out there? He's a long ways away. He come slamming around to that truck, in front of that truck, hit that car. Yeah, fucking A, man.
His head got taken off his body?
No. His handlebars. He ripped the handlebars right off the bike.
Ripped his fucking guts and everything right out.
I don't know what happened.
He did. He ripped his guts right out because when the handlebars broke, the bike came up and got him in the gut and ripped him up and ripped him right up like that, and his head would flop to the side just like it was almost ripped off. That's real. That's a real thing that really, really happened.
Oh,
stop, man.
And blood was squirting out, and it was
all right.
Gory and shit. Don't
dude, I'll tell you what.
His teeth are still moving.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Come on. Stop it.
All right, listen to this, though. Dude, I knew a guy.
I gotta go.
I knew a guy. And George knows him. George knew him too. He was a gang member. His name was Dumbo. They called him Dumbo. He was a white guy. His name was Dumbo. They called him Dumbo because he had big ears, but he had like tattoos. He's all, Anyhow,
elephant tattoos?
No, he had gang tattoos. They called him Dumbo just because he had his ears were, he had big ears, right? Well, like he was driving in a car, they said, and his head got taken right off. He was in a car accident. Maybe his car went under a truck. You know how like you got those trucks, but it took his head right off.
Wow, my aunt. Remember Aunt not Clementine, Aunt Caroline. She told me a story when she was a kid on the school bus, and the kid stuck her head out the window.
I thought that happened to you and Michelle. Go ahead, tell the story.
Okay, that happened to us too, but
it did.
Yeah, the kid got her head cut off from sticking her head out the window. Yeah, they always said don't stick your head out the window on the bus.
Yeah, you don't do it.
So it happened to Caroline as well, though, when she was a kid.
Yeah,
I know this one person. He stuck his head out the airplane window there, that big jet, and his face was gone.
You want to hear something else about it that I relate to it? Check out
this. Is that true, or are you just laughing?
That's true. No,
But check it out, dude. I was with my dad, and he was driving, and I just had my head out the window, and I was going, yeah. Remember?
Yeah.
And then I brought my head in, and the car went shh and smashed into the side of us and slid. And my head was stalled at the window going, yeah. I would have been dead, dude.
Yeah.
I brought my head right in. Smash! I'm just like, just moment. I had a kind of a feeling to move.
Oh, wow, dude.
You know,
I had
a feeling to move, and I'm glad I moved because I think about all these kind of things throughout,
Dude, Bobby would beat up his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad shit, dude. I want to beat up my dad today. Let's
he'd
fight.
go-
Royal
he'd go
Rumble
money.
and Manwich Show.
He'd
Let's
in there and
go.
Beat him
No, I
up.
was kidding.
Beat the person up.
Who owed him money?
Yeah, who say the gang he was hanging with, if they needed money, he was the enforcer. You know? He wasn't a good guy. And they tried to act him like he was a good
liked
guy.
it,
I know
Bobby.
who he was. But I never disrespected the dude. Not because I was never scared.
Oh, you just said it.
I would never.
I got you with some spit.
I would never.
You just said it, Mike. He said, "No, not that I was scared."
I never heard him. I never heard him.
Because Bobby was different. Bobby was different. I looked at Bobby the way he was brought up.
Dude, he beat up his dad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, man.
That is bad when you fight
His
your
dad
father.
beat him up.
Robert can get him into one of them fucking
Head
surplus, with a fucking head wrapped around instead on the side, right in the front, and choke you to half fucking death.
Yeah,
that's what Robert does. He'll bring you to your fucking knees, man.
That's what he did. He's gone
he's
too.
Gone.
Yeah, he's gone. They're all gone. They're all Pedo, Robert.
They're all gone.
All of them gone. Lauren,
Yeah,
Pedo.
one day they were all here, and then one day
Aunt
they were
Meg, Norbert.
gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
That's all there is. There's.
Wow.
Let's see how many kids are left. 1, 2, 3 of them left. All three girls are left. That's it. There's Kim, and then.
Well, they got to be old though.
Beth Ann.
They're
there's
probably
4
like
of them.
60 years old, right?
Beth Ann.
died,
Beth Ann's
though.
in her 60s.
Those Norbert and what's her face there, Meg. They're both like really, really old. She was like super fucking. She reminded me like of.
She's like 80 years old, right?
Yeah, she was
in her 80s.
She was
70.
She was in her 70s. Well, she was the same age as Connie.
She was very, very white, and very super frail and super very.
Never went
very
outside.
skinny.
Never got out to the sun.
Lived in a basement.
Yeah, dude.
In the
own
darkness.
house.
They lived in the darkness. Their
That's
house
so
was always
scary,
dark,
man.
and she wore sunglasses, and it was like vampires. I thought they were vampires, Rich. When I was a little kid and I first met them, she used to be working for security when I was a kid, but she had a complexion though. She had the coloring in your skin.
Yeah.
Remember, she had like a coloring in her skin. I remember she had bigger hips at that time, dude. She was always like talking with all kinds of people. Were always getting attention to her all the time when she was security. I remember when I was just, I was real young. She was security forever. It seemed like. And I remember
she was different.
Yeah, she's a different person. Gone though. Sad. Maybe should have called her more or something.
Well, Norbert, Meg, and Pedo, and all the boys even his brothers died young. Norbert's brothers, they died young. But they left a tribe of kids behind too, though. Look at Cletus. He used to live in Milwaukee. He used to stay with Aunt Meg and them. Now staying with Robert and them for the summer there. And I went over to Walgreens and this beautiful blonde girl, blue eyes, really, really nice, And he was trying to go out with her. I went up there. I got a pink ass wipe. And I brought up there and said, holy Christ, this stuff is the color of your eyes. And she looked at me. she looked at me and asked, hey, you want to go to the movies tonight? Sure. He got mad. Norbert got mad. because I took her out.
Well,
that was
yeah,
his
he was
girlfriend.
like, he-
that was his
what-
girlfriend. Never said a word to her. Always scared to say
oh,
something.
okay, I
You
see.
know, I want to roll toilet paper.
I see
fucking
now.
Blue
I see
toilet
now.
paper. I go up, oh, looks the color of your eyes. And she looked down at me like, wow, holy shit, what the fuck is this shit, you know?
So did you have a kid out there with her?
No, I didn't have a kid with that
Oh.
one. Not that one. I only took her out a couple times. She was nice now, but she was there.
Oh, that's the one. I like those kind.
I mean, she wasn't. You know,
they'll love you.
You couldn't hold. You
They'll
couldn't hold
love you, dude. They'll love you. A chick like that
Couldn't hold a
will-
conversation with them.
Oh, you don't have to. You just kiss them all the time. Man.
She'd probably eat your fucking lips off.
Well, she'd have to be a monster, like an animal,
Nah, she was-
a manimal, a monster animal.
She was bossy.
Oh, bossy. I don't
Yeah.
like any of that shit.
Don't
man.
go here. We gotta go here. You know, making decisions for you and shit. Like,
She was doing that with
that's
you?
the second day. The second day.
She's second day. She did that to you.
Yeah, I went like this.
She was like,
I'm gonna hug you and I'm gonna squeeze you and I'm gonna love you forever.
Then when I met your
yep,
ma,
Yep, that's what it seemed like. That girl was like that. You should
And
have
then-
married her, and you know what? She would be loving you today still.
I don't know.
Yep, she'd
Yeah.
be loving you today
Yeah, but-
still,
yeah, but
and you'd
we-
be a different kind of guy because
Like I said-
eventually she would have
I don't know. I don't know.
tweaked you around a different way. You know what I mean? Little
You
by
have
little.
She could love you all a whole bunch, but would you love her as much? And me, no. I haven't.
Oh, me, no. I can't love
haven't-
ever.
I like
Me no love.
I like you know, I liked him a lot.
He
I liked him a lot. I liked him a lot. Really.
just- he just
Everybody
only
went. I liked
he
him a
only
lot.
likes. He only liked.
You know,
But I did
and then
love.
to
What?
get married, I tried it. I tried marriage. Like when I met your ma.
Yeah.
Here, I forgot. I helped her move from the bottom of Norbert's and Meg's house across the street where she lived upstairs. I've forgotten all about it.
How could you forget that face?
And then one
I'm just kidding.
It's your mom too, dude. The way he pointed, he's like, when I met your mom, I was thinking like, I felt a little insulted. Like, I'm like saying, it's his mom too. You know?
Different mama.
Yeah. But this is how it was though, right? I'll tell you. You know how I met your mom, right? Toward the end.
Yeah, I've seen the show.
How I met your mom. Yeah.
How did that end? How did that show end?
Him telling them what happened.
Uh,
Him waking up and saying, "Oh, it was just a dream." No, I'm just kidding. That was that other show, dude. That was what was that? What was that show? That Dynasty? Is that what that was? Where a dude was taking a shower. He's like, "Oh, it's just a dream."
that really happened? That's such a crappy way to end a TV show.
That's how the end of that show went, man. Dude,
Okay.
it's just a dream.
Okay, so what about How I Met Your Mother? How did that end?
I don't remember, man, and I seen all them episodes
Dude,
too.
that show was just.
I don't remember nothing.
What a ripoff.
Hey, it was good, but it was really good. And you know, when it comes to the end, you know how people feel when it comes to the end of something.
Ah, man,
You're not
at
gonna be
least-
putting a whole bunch of shit. Not everybody's gonna be like 100% putting it in there.
Okay, well,
There's like some people just like,
Seinfeld.
oh, it's coming to the end. Let's get sloppy writing.
Just hold on to that thought. Seinfeld, though.
Oh, that's different. See, there's so much skill involved. It was just too easy. Too easy to you know, because they were so good at doing all that after so long.
Now going back to that final thought.
$5 for my thought.
$10.
When you met our mom.
Yeah, what'd she say to you? Get the
Yeah,
fuck
how
out
I
of
met
here.
her.
How did you How'd
you get in here?
How badly did you treat our mom again?
How long was she in the basement before she gave in?
I slapped her around. I slapped her around a couple
How many
times.
drinks did it take?
I slapped your mom around a couple times.
I see.
I threw her down the steps,
Oh.
and I had her carry
She's like a
the
cat.
refrigerator down from upstairs to downstairs.
Oh my goodness.
And I got mad at her because she couldn't do it all the way, and I had to help her.
wow.
You know what the story, eh?
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
Put that in your book.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I met your mom. You both can
In the
ask
phone
her.
booth?
You can ask her. Yeah, in the phone booth. I was drinking with Robert and him.
Bill and Ted.
Hey,
Bill and Ted's kid.
Did you crap on yourself? Is
No.
that like the story that where you like crapped on
No,
yourself?
never done that. Never done that.
That's supposed to be a true story. All right, so somebody was found in a phone booth and there were crap all over him, and she washed him up or something.
She said,
Or did you make that up?
I sat there and I was drunk, right? And I was talking to a girl.
Shit all over you. She's like, I'll clean you up, little baby. Let's see you. Aw.
But yeah, that's
He's got ID Kenny. Little duper Kenny.
But that's how I met your motto in the telephone booth.
He smelled naturally like puke and poo-poo.
I would think that'd be funny. I would think that'd be funny, but it's not funny.
It's funny to me.
You see that because you laugh at mysterious things.
That's like saying I laugh at mysterious things. I'm not
Correct.
saying.
We laugh at Mr. But he's trying
So
to. Now
first
he's
you talk
trying to
about our mom. Now we laugh at mysterious
Your mom has nothing to do with what you said.
Going back to our mom.
Leave mom alone.
Huh?
Going back to how badly you.
I'm going to
treat our
tell you
mom.
what my mom said last week. She said, "Leave me alone," just like I'm saying, "Leave me alone." That's the last word she said to you.
No.
No, she said bye.
I said bye.
You said bye?
I said bye.
Oh, that's right. You said, "I'm going to go get a pack of cigarettes."
Yeah.
A pack of Camel shorts. The dude didn't come back for like
15
8 years.
years.
Whatever,
15
how-
years.
15
15
years
years later, I returned. That was going to be a movie,
Pretty
Camel
interesting,
Shorts, and they wanted me to play the character in there. How it all went down because the way I told them it, that I was in a telephone
Dude, you
booth.
should have done it, man. You had hair at the
Yeah.
time.
I had different plans. My plan wasn't going to be.
Dude,
in-
it only
His
takes
plan
like
was
a
going,
month.
let's go hitchhike somewhere.
yeah, that's
I don't
that,
need any money.
But the filming would have only taken a month.
Yeah, you
I
could've- you
don't. I
could've
don't
been
know. I don't know.
title in a film, and then
But
yeah.
I told the movie producers.
you could have had $500.
The story, and they wanted. And he freaked right out. He said, "But that'd make a good movie, man."
Yeah,
He
that's
said, "Why don't you
cool.
come to Hollywood with us, and we'll set you up?" And I said, "No, thanks. It's not
Well-
me. I'm not. I don't want to be a movie star. I don't want to be in the movies."
Is that a
I wanna
true
do-
That's-
the
that-
story?
That's true. That's
Man.
true. And then you can ask your Uncle Mike that.
I
like,
asked him stuff, and he goes, "Oh, I don't know nothing. He never knows
Yeah,
nothing.
he does.
He
He'd
never
tell you,
knows
yeah,
nothing."
you didn't ask him that.
I did.
And then
Okay, I didn't. Okay,
they were
I didn't.
gonna.
Fucking ask
I
him,
told him
didn't.
about your mom and I weren't getting along good. So
What was the
I
what was the
decided. I
problem?
said to her, I says,
What was the problem?
personal.
My dad liked to do lots of acid, and he's just tripping on acid. He was on the hood of the car and said, "Look, there's a rainbow road over here I got to jump on," and he just flew off the unicorn.
It wasn't. It wasn't just acid.
I'm just messing around.
It just wasn't just.
I don't know
acid.
what happened. I don't
Because
know what
there was
happened.
mescaline involved in that.
All I
too.
know, the only thing I ever heard of was he lives in Arizona and he eats grass.
Your mom
In
didn't
the
know that
desert.
there was no grass there.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I tried to get her to have you come out to Arizona,
No, I
but she
know
wouldn't let you.
He-
Wouldn't let Mike.
She meant he smokes grass. He smokes grass.
That's pot.
Yeah, that's what she was meaning. Instead of,
Yeah.
but she's saying you're eating that, eating grass. That's what she meant. Well, I should call her up
I
right now
liked
and have her on the
Arizona.
phone. Should we
I
have
liked
mom
it.
on the phone? And like, hello, little dupa.
Yeah, I liked Arizona because the population when I moved there was 68,000 some people.
Oh wow!
When I left, there was over 1 million. It was getting too fucking crowded, way too crowded. You weren't safe going downtown anymore.
Oh wow!
You couldn't go up on top of Mount Lemon unless you got about 4 or 5 fucking people with you.
Why is this?
And get beat up. Somebody camping out or something. See,
They beat you up because you're up there.
No, they
climbing
would take
around?
your money and shit.
They already climbed up to the top to beat you up to get your
No,
money.
they drive up there. You
They
drive to the
drive up
road.
there, and then you climb up there.
We climbed up there, Rucket. That's been, it was back in the 70s, though. Climbed the face of Mount Lemon. Never been done before. Never got into any 15 seconds of fame or nothing. But we
I
climbed
don't know
that
if I should
whole
believe 'em.
front. We climbed the whole front of that
They
fucking
climbed
mountain.
it up.
Started at 6 o'clock in the morning and got on top about 10:30 at night. We did our finish climbing under the moon. And we beat professional fucking mountain climbers, claim to be professionals, climbing in a ravine where the Catalinas and the Rincon met. And there's a ravine going up there. They had fucking spikes and ropes and all that, all kinds of shit, climbing.
What did you use?
And we're doing freehand. We're
You're using
freehand.
fingertips and toe tips.
Yeah, your finger
and body parts.
Just the tip of your finger would be on a little ledge, and you're using your whole hand to pull up to see if you can see somewhere else to look.
You're looking for a little hole in the wall to get a boner. Just
and you
stay
always
there.
carry the stick.
You got to use
with a
every
hoop
part
on
of your
it.
body.
Use the stick to make sure that the snake or scorpion or something's not in that.
That's why I don't mountain climbing, dude. I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of heights. Fuck that.
You won't get, as soon as you get, say, 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet.
As soon as I start
above,
falling,
you won't.
I'll forget about everything.
You won't even look down. You won't even look down. I won't
close
look
my
down.
eyes.
I never
ain't
look down.
looking down. I'm closing my eyes, right? You're like,
I said to Rocky and them, I said, man, do you think we have to climb down that bitch?
You guys had to climb down?
No, hell no.
Oh,
how'd you get down?
Fuck, dude. Paraglided.
My nephew took the car and went
machine.
up on top of Mount Lemon and waited by us by the lake.
Doc
Dude,
Brown's.
So he was waiting out for hours.
Yeah, he waited there for a long time. But he liked it though. He got all because he got all stone waiting for us. And when I stood down the side of that mountain a little bit, maybe about 6-7 feet,
you
weren't
scared no more.
Oh, I was frightened going down. I didn't know what the fuck I was going to grab. I just hugged the mountain.
You even tried.
Grabbed
to,
it. Oh,
he even tried to bite the mountain.
I did bite it. I did bite it.
A bit of branch.
Top teeth.
A little root was sticking out. You're like,
But when I did catch myself, I pulled myself back up.
I got you.
That was scary, man. That was scary. The blood.
Oh my God.
My legs. All because
burning,
because I hugged the mountain.
Yeah.
Trying to grab something,
yes.
When I hit it, bam, I got it.
Got that.
I was so
sucker.
relieved. I couldn't go back down because I'm like maybe 3,000 feet up.
And you hit that last ledge, you're like,
I climbed up, and there was a little rock sticking out of the mountain, little rock, and I sat on top of that.
Oh my
Took
God.
my T-shirt off, threw it down, took another shirt, dabbed all the blood off me, and that there, and got all cleaned up. Fucking put another shirt on, smoked a fucking joint, got so fucking ripped. Got on. Rudy comes down, sits there, he got ripped.
Ooh.
Continued on climbing. He said, we thought we lost you.
Oh my.
Come right back up that fucking mountain, got up there. And it's 9,000 some feet. And
how many feet is Mount Everest?
Mount Everest, you're looking at maybe around
huge.
Mount Everest, about 28,000 feet, something like that. 30,000 feet.
So okay, you were going a third of the mountain.
Yeah, that's a long ways up. When you go 9,200 some feet up, that's a long ways. That's a long fucking ways up, especially on a mountain that sometimes you're leaning almost backwards like this, hanging on because the mountain went like this here. Now you're stuck on that.
What made you do that?
Just to do it. We all one day we got drunk, and then the next day we said we meet at Mount Lemon and we'll drink. Have a few beers. So we had a few beers at the base of Mount Lemon. And then I and my brother and a couple of other friends there, we all got high.
You did?
And start climbing. And Rocky climbed with cowboy boots on. Pointed toe cowboy boots.
Now your brother Rook, he's still alive, right?
No, he passed away. He passed away this year.
Yeah, he did. He passed away.
Oh, like what? Like a couple of weeks ago?
No, he passed away last year.
Was that last year?
Yes, it was last year. This is only March.
Oh yeah, that's right. We had the thing in July.
And he died.
Yeah, July 30th, on his birthday, July 13th. Yeah, July 13th.
He didn't take a vaccine, did he?
Yes, that's what killed him. Vernon, brother-in-law, same thing.
So, how many of your brothers are alive still? Bob is, right?
Yeah, Bob.
He's the oldest,
David,
right?
Yeah. David.
Ralphie.
Ralphie and Rudy and me. And then there's Susie, Luann,
Debbie,
Connie, Debbie, and George.
So are you still like a half brother and that your family
Aren't
died
you
in
the
a
cousin?
was burnt up in a house?
I thought they were
fire?
your cousins and not your.
Yeah, they're my cousins.
The cousins.
Are you still like a half brother to them all, and your family, your actual mom and dad died in a fire?
My dad didn't die in a fire.
No,
my mom didn't die in a fire either. My mom died before the fire. Hey, I really don't want to talk about that shit.
Oh,
but you know,
so you were adopted though?
Not through court laws or anything.
Oh, keep talking.
Not,
Prison call.
Not through that.
Dun, dun, dun. Boom,
like,
boom,
oh,
boom.
But do
Boom,
this.
boom, boom. Hello.
You guys can hear that, right?
I don't hear anything. Hello? Nothing's happening.
You hear that, right? Oh.
No. You gotta turn up the volumes up on Cubasa Maker.
You may begin speaking now.
Oh, there we go. Thank you for your permission. Hi.
What's going on?
What's up?
What's going on, Alabama?
Are y'all live on the pod?
Yeah, we're actually live on the podcast right now.
Oh, is that another phone call? Boom, bing.
Hey.
What?
Andy, the one that's on staff here, the one that's over the haircut much, told me to come in today to get my haircut. And the barbershop was not open at all day long, man. And he knew that shit. And I hate these smartasses, bro. I am so through with this damn Wisconsin system crap, man. So guess what?
What happened?
Corey.
It's a scam.
You know Corey?
Yeah. No, actually, no. Who's Corey?
Corey, Corey, the black dude with the glasses that cuts hair here.
Oh no! I think you talking about the guy who used to be in the cell with Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay, what about him?
So he said he'll do my damn hair Sunday, but it's gonna cost me 10 envelopes, man.
Dude's tripping, man. Tell him, dude's tripping, man. Dude, what's wrong with that guy, man? I know what's wrong with him. He needs Jesus. He's a Muslim. He used to be a Christian, and then some guy came around.
Well,
and
he
started
said it
telling him about
cost.
What?
He says it costs $3.50 to $4 a haircut. He charges everybody.
Good. So tell him.
I mean, he does a really, really good job.
Yeah,
and he's the only one that's
dude, you
available.
don't even have a full head of
And I
hair.
kind of have it. Huh?
You don't even have a full head of hair.
The hell I don't. My damn hair looks like a mushroom, man. It looks like I got a bullet on top of my head, bro.
I'll just shave your head bald, man. Shave
No.
your head. Shave it bald.
Fucking man with my head bald.
He looks like Toad from Mario Brothers.
Yeah, he does. He's a toady.
It's me, I'm Mario.
Dude, I'm not getting you any more envelopes. So just
Well, what the hell am I supposed to do? I owe $55.15 on legal loan, and you won't give me canteen money for that. I asked for $100 because, half of it will pay for the $55.15 for the legal loan because, they're automatically going to take out any money coming in here. And then the other half would be for canteen. And then I could pay him like $4, $3.50 or $4 for the canteen.
shave your head bald.
I am not shaving my head bald. I look like a freaking weirdo, man. I tried that before. I do not.
You know what you do? You know
good
what
at all.
Give him your
Get
chicken.
a perm.
Give him your chicken, man. Just give him your chicken and you'll cut your hair.
He'll give you a good haircut.
We already had chicken today, man.
You should have gave him the chicken today then.
I was going to
dude.
ask what was for supper. So you guys had chicken, and what was your sides? You guys had chicken, and you had carrots and beans or something?
We had let's see what we have, man. What the hell do we have with that shit, man? Harvey knows what the hell we got with damn chicken.
You guys have chicken. You guys have corn and beans.
No, corn and Potato salad.
Like, what was the little sweetie?
Potato salad sucks.
I
The
don't know.
potato salad here sucks.
A brownie or something?
Because they don't.
Well,
Yum.
Potato salad here, they don't even cook the damn potatoes all the way.
Hey, when's your court date? Tuesday. It's coming up. He's
Tuesday,
going
man.
back to court, dude.
Tuesday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alabama's
we put our damn. That's the reason why I need my haircut, man.
Well, take a pair of scissors and trim it up. Dude, you don't have any hair on your head.
Dude, I just
Shave
slick
it
that
bald,
shit back.
dude.
Slick it back.
The
Like,
hell I don't have no hair. What do you mean I don't have no hair on my damn head?
Dude,
I got a ton of hair on my head.
no, you
you
got.
got lots of hair, man.
He's got.
Nobody, not everybody wants to shave their head bald like you.
Dude, he doesn't.
Leave the
My
man
brother,
alone.
my brother is sympathizing with you, but no.
I sympathize with all.
Dude, if you cut your hair,
I would shave my head bald if I looked good. Shave my head
I
bald,
would grow,
but I don't.
grow
I
it
look
real
like a
long, like
freaking
a
weirdo.
wizard. Grow it real long, and then grow a real long beard with it, and then you look like a wizard. And then people will be like thinking you got powers and shit.
and then if somebody gives you problems, just say,
Yeah.
Alakazam!
Alakazoo! Oh shit!
I'm back in the zoo.
Ooh, ooh. Stuck on you like glue.
Well, I don't know why you're asking for my permission, dude. I'm done with the whole envelope game, dude. You don't need all these envelopes.
Envelope game.
Yeah.
I'm staying an option. I
Look,
can't
I'm
ask you
gonna
for
talk
$100, and I can't.
Dude, I just gave
And
you.
I
I
have
just
to have
bought
this
you.
haircut before I go in front of.
I just bought you like $70 worth of stuff, man. What are you talking about?
Yes, I know this.
All right then.
I know this, and I usually don't ask you for much, but my answer is against the wall.
Look,
and
dude.
I have to have my haircut.
Listen.
I have to have my haircut because my haircut's so fucking retarded looking.
I just look it back and then, or make it look real crazy. Make it look crazy so that you can get out. Be like, look, man.
Make it look. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm telling you right now. I'm done with that, dude. Like, you don't need like all those envelopes, man. You already got a lot of stuff. You already got stuff going on. So.
I know that, but if Andy hadn't fucking lied to me, I could have had my free haircut today. But he lied to me. He knew that they didn't have a damn barber's open today. I was looking so damn forward to going down there and get my damn free haircut like we do once a month. But like everybody that works for the goddamn system, they're a bunch of fucking deceitful liars.
Hey Ken, you want to ask Alabama a question?
There ain't much to say.
Say anything. Say anything.
He's there, and I'm here. You know?
You want to ask him anything?
Oh, yeah. Hey, did you ever get your paperwork done to get out of there?
Did I get my paperwork done to get out of there?
Yeah, I thought you were waiting to get some papers or something.
No, that's Caesar. That's Chepe. This is Alabama. Alabama's on his way to go to court this Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in front of the worst judge in the state of Wisconsin, Judge Schroeder. The longest residing damn judge in the state of Wisconsin. The biggest asshole in the state of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
And we found that motion,
Yeah.
and I put it in the mailbox for a public defender last Sunday. Last Sunday night, I put it in the mail, so it had to go out Monday.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard yet from the damn, because they usually call out legal mail around 5:30 or 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard yet about the public defender. That's pretty scary, man.
Yeah.
I'm going from the worst judge in the state of Wisconsin, and I don't have a fucking public defender. That means I'm gonna be in there on my fucking own.
Oh, doing your own lawyer stuff, eh?
What?
You're going to be your own lawyer?
All I can do is go off of what these jailhouse lawyers freaking damn did for me.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Alabama.
Some could be pretty good.
But if I had
Alabama, you're going back to court.
what?
You're going back to court.
Yeah, I know that.
Don't worry about haircuts. Worry about.
Oh, just look like a fucking weirdo going into court.
Back to court cuts. Just worry about that. Dude, just shave your head bald.
Yeah, if I went to court looking like what I look like right now, I look like a fucking weirdo with my fucking hair the way it is right now.
Why don't you ask that guy with the white hair, the one, the conspiracy guy? Why don't you ask him to cut your hair?
Who?
The conspiracy guy.
Mike?
Yeah. Dude, he could cut your hair.
You don't mind to cut fucking hair.
He cuts his own hair.
Do it, Mike.
Yeah.
Go there and cut
Dude, he
your
cuts
hair.
his own hair, Alabama.
Yeah, he looks like Wilson off of fucking off of Castaway, man. Well,
Properly placed attorney calls may be monitored and recorded.
Dude, just get the haircut. Get the Wilson haircut, man. You don't have that much hair on
Hell
your head anyhow.
Man, why do you keep saying I don't have that much hair? I have so much
baby oil
goddamn
in
hair
it.
on my fucking head. It's pathetic, bro.
I just put some baby oil in it, slick it back, and get a hairnet.
It's so stupid. There ain't no baby oil.
You got no baby oil?
You gotta use Vaseline, Mike.
Vaseline, bro. Get some Vaseline and rub that shit on you. Slick that shit back.
Come with me and I'll show you what it's used for.
Here, let me wring a little bit of this in my hand for my hair.
Watch my hair go down flat.
You gotta be laughing with this,
I think you can see it a lot better if you bend over and look between your legs.
They see people every day, and they know that people that are incarcerated.
Dude, they're gonna know that
You're
came from.
incarcerated. It's
They're
like,
gonna
what the hell, dude?
people.
They know they're like, hey, we said this is the same guy we said that. Hey, go get a haircut, and said, they're closed. You know. They didn't know.
The guy that told you that he would cut your hair. Is he on the same unit as you?
Yeah.
So is he
He's on
like,
the east side, though. He's on our west side.
so what? He won't cut your hair just in the bathroom on the east side?
Yeah.
Slick that shit back.
So why don't he just cut your hair on the east side then?
That's because it's going to cost me 10 envelopes, man.
You said Corey?
And then the 10 envelopes are $100, or you put $100 on my accountant, and I take the other half of the $100 after they take out the legal loan, and I buy him $3.50 or $4 worth of shit on canteen.
Did you just hear yourself? You want me to send you $100 for a $3.50 haircut?
No, for me to get coffee and shit, and to pay off my legal loan.
Oh, and pay off his legal loan before he goes to court.
Be like, hey, let me get out of here.
Dude, Alabama, I paid $500 for you to get back in the court.
What?
I paid $500 for you to go back to court, remember? I paid for the motion.
I would pay more than that.
I had to put together a motion to get him back in the court. To
That's
help
a nice
this guy
thing,
out.
That's a nice thing you did, man.
Now he wants $100. I just bought him 70. I just bought it. Did you hear that? And I just bought him $70 for like a hat. I mean, winter stuff and some other. I forgot what a watch, whatever. The things that he asked, and envelopes and writing paper.
Good friend,
right,
you are.
right. I did it because Jesus says, "Where were you when I was in prison? When you don't do this for people, you're not doing it for me." Now, having said that, now you're like, I need $100.
I wasn't saying. I was just giving you two options, man. I was saying I either had to give up 10 envelopes.
Why? It's not my option. It's not my option.
But then you said
it's none of it's my. It does like you already. It's none of it's my option. Like whatever you do, like I'm not getting any more envelopes. That's all I'm telling you. Is like whatever you do, I'm not getting any more envelopes.
That's what I'm trying to say. I'm always trying to look after you.
It's like you're saying.
I'm always trying to look after you.
Slick my hair back. And
No,
save
it's like
my money.
If I give him
envelopes.
$10, and you were to buy me some more envelopes, that'd only be $23 instead of $100 on my campaign.
Alabama, I'm not buying you Be honest with you, Alabama. I don't want to be having to send you any more money. I want to hear that you got out of court. I mean, that you got out. That they're gonna. The Lord's gonna bless you somehow, and you're getting out of prison this Tuesday, right? Right.
Well, if due process goes right, if my constitutional rights fucking are done right, then I should be.
But
I should be. But I'm going against the worst judge in the state of fucking
Alabama.
Wisconsin, man.
But apart from that, I'm not interested in doing anything else. Like I might in the future say somebody, hey, get this guy such and such. But apart from that, like I'm done. Like Alabama, I've done like so much for you. And I'm not against helping you, but like there's just been like this like what's the word where like a person
You just have no more to give.
no where like no where it's like
My
a person
wallet
feels like
fatigue.
their entitlement like it's like the
Well,
way you're
people
coming across is like you're
need
entitled
help,
like you're
man.
entitled like I'm not like
I'm not coming across like I'm entitled.
Yeah,
but
you
if
are,
the
dude.
shoe was on the other foot, I would. If the shoe was on the other foot, I wouldn't even think twice about it. Whatever it takes.
yeah, well
I'm like Ukraine,
Alabama
and the system is like Russia, and you are like the U.S.
and I'm coming
helping Ukraine. Me.
you're beginning to be like Ukraine though and I feel
Exactly.
like a,
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even have a chance.
well,
to do
no,
anything.
if it weren't for the Lord, you wouldn't have a chance. But the Lord works through people. So check this out. Like whatever you do, man. If you got to get a haircut, But I'm just saying, I'm done with the elephant.
I have to get a
Game. I
haircut
was gonna say,
because my hair looks terrible.
do it. Get your haircut, man. Get out of court. Go do it.
I
and
have
go to court.
And if I go to court, you can't get anybody in here.
May be
I'm
monitored
going
and
to speak
recorded.
Alabama. I'm going to speak Alabama. Look, man, just get your hair cut. That's all I'm talking about. Just get your hair cut. I ain't making fun of you now. Don't be talking about it like I'm making fun of you. You get your hair cut and you do that, all right? It's either option A or option C because there ain't no option B.
Okay, option A, I don't get my hair cut and I look like a fucking damn straight up fucking weirdo. Yeah. Or I get my hair cut and look like a military motherfucker.
Beetlejuice and shit.
That would be true, though.
That'd be awesome.
For the Beetlejuice and the hair stuff, though. But listen, what I'm trying to tell you is this, Alabama. Go ahead, pay to get your hair cut then. But, like, this guy's using you. Like, it don't cost $10, 10 envelopes. It should only cost, like, 6 envelopes with, 7 envelopes the most with the amount of hair you got. And literally, he's going to have to do. That's it. So what else you want to talk about? You want to talk about the Chinese balloon? You want to talk about, that's what we talked about today.
No, hell no.
Or you want to talk about the UFOs? You want to talk about how you get into court and you believe that the Lord will do it for you? What's going on?
Oh, yeah.
What's the worst thing? Well, okay. So do you think, so if you have success on that court date, what kind of court hearing is it? Matter of fact, like, what is it? What kind of court hearing is it? Is it a plea? Is it like to have your sentence reduced or what? Like, what is it? Or is it to like take your sentence?
I have no idea. All they said was a good cause. It was a good cause court hearing. And he said if all parties don't want to participate, then it's not going to happen. So obviously all parties want to participate. So I don't know what that fucking means.
Well, dude, if they said to you, we'll give you time served with like 10 years of probation, would you take it?
10 years of probation?
Yeah, like let's say if they don't say 10 years of probation, you'd be doing still 10 years in prison still and 15 years of probation. So I'm saying if they said time served.
I tell them, give me a total of 10 years like y'all give everybody else. That means give me my 9 years that I already had in here and put me 1 year on fucking paper. That'll be my fucking total of 10 years like y'all did everybody else. And then he's like the dude that sentenced me and then retired a week later. He's like, this is what the legislation is doing nowadays. It's mandatory to give you your first time in prison, 35 fucking years. And it's funny because there's a dude that's in here that's only been in here like 2 years, and he only got 10 years total. There's a lot of motherfuckers in here that only got 10 years total, whether it be 5 in and 5 out, 3 in, 7 out. I was supposed to get 6 in or 4 out. But they fucked me for some reason.
Well,
And that's what I made sure when I put in my shit. I added to all that shit. I added why y'all give mostly everybody else 10 years total, but give me 35 years at age 40 years old. My first time in prison. Why y'all gonna book me? And when y'all don't even have no damn witnesses, no damn DNA, no damn physical proof, but y'all gonna book me for 35 years.
Richie,
what?
To say a prayer for him.
Yeah. I want to pray right now.
Yeah.
I'm surprised my brother said that. Let's go. You ready to rock and roll for this prayer, Alabama?
Yeah.
This is a 10 envelope prayer. Okay, no, I'm playing Alabama. God the Father, in Jesus' name, we pray that you'd bless Alabama with good news coming this Tuesday in court. We ask God the Father that you'd be with Alabama and that you'd free them from prison, that you'd get them out of prison. God the Father, that you seek to be glorified in this, and may it bring Jesus glory, your Son glory. In Jesus' name we ask, and we both say amen. We all say amen.
Amen.
Well, get your hair cut, dude.
Or slick that shit back with some Vaseline.
Or go down a...
Save your envelopes.
Go down a pipe like the Super Mario Brothers. But all right, love you, dude. All right, are you there?
All right, man.
Hey, have Tom call me right now, and we'll put him on the podcast if he gets on the phone in like 5 minutes. If anybody gets on the phone in 5 minutes, we'll put him on the podcast.
Yeah.
Dude's crazy, man.
You know what?
That's rude, man.
I can tell you one thing.
What?
You said all that stuff about you helping him, right?
I know, dude.
And then I was co-signing over here for him, saying, wow, that's really nice of you. That's a good friend. But I wasn't hearing him saying, man, Rich, man,
Dude,
I appreciate you doing this for me.
Dude.
Thank you, Richie,
I think it is.
for fucking doing all that shit for me. Holy fuck, dude, I didn't have $500. I'm lucky I had someone. Dude, holy shit, man. I want to pay you back when I get out of here.
Hey, now this is the thing. Like, I'm not gullible.
With envelopes.
Listen.
I can get lots out here.
Listen, I'm not gullible. And
I want $500 from him because he's getting out.
Listen, I'm not gullible. All right. So, but what I'm saying is, like, I try to get. I want if I can get him back in the court, regardless of whatever his situation is. If I can get him back in the court and get him out of prison, then it's like, all right, man. Because I would, I'd like to help anybody, especially in a situation like that. The way he said that, like, you think I'm stupid or something? Like I seen this guy, like, huh?
Did you read his report or anything?
Oh, I know.
On him?
I know
him just saying it to you. Did you read the paperwork that sent him to prison?
Yeah. Well, I read the charges.
Yeah, and
I didn't want to though. I didn't even look at. He sent me a letter and it had a whole bunch. He's like, well, actually.
You gotta watch out because sometimes you can invest money into somebody and that motherfucker ain't getting out of nothing.
Well,
because what he did was a true thing. You'll find out.
You know what? Sometimes it's not.
And then sometimes you get hooked up.
You want to help somebody. You want to help somebody, and then it makes you feel good. You're helping somebody.
Check it out.
He can't help himself when he's in that area.
Check it out. His situation's sticky. I'll just say that right now. With that said, I'm just saying, like, there's people that commit crimes and they never go to prison. There's people that commit crimes and they're never arrested. All right. I mean, things happen. Here's the thing. He's in prison right now, right? He's got no one helping him out. So I'm saying, ultimately,
what
in the
about
end,
his family?
Oh, they all abandoned him. Well, I'm not gonna say abandoned. They all just they disowned him. But this is what I'm trying to say is that Mike either send me 10 envelopes or either send me $10, Mike, or send me $100. Like, I either gotta spend $10 right now, or you send me $100. Which one you want to do, Mike?
Dude, I'm gonna slick my hair back with some Vaseline and save my letters because I'm not gonna have any more.
I want you to send me 100.
Or even water. Get a comb. They got combs, right? You guys get a comb? They give you a comb.
$100.
And your supply of envelopes.
That way there.
Tripping, man.
That way
You did
there.
a good job. I'm happy that you went out of your way like that. It shows great compassion and that's like wow. But man, you can't just
Dude, you know what he did?
help everybody.
Hold on. You know what he did last week when I did a podcast with Man and we put him on the Manwich Show. Dude, this guy, he's like, we're talking, whatever. I'm trying, dig up something to talk about. We're how we do this show. Like we just jump into something, right? And he's like, dude, I don't have nothing to talk about. All you guys want to talk about stuff. I don't have nothing to talk about. Dude, he started like saying some foul stuff, man. I said, dude, hey, man. I said, don't talk to me like that, man. I said, matter of fact, I said, get off my phone, man. And I hung up the phone. I did the episode we did was censorship. So when we were done, I told Man, I said, you know what? I said, I don't agree with censorship. But that was censorship right there. Because you can start talking like that, I'm going to cut you off. Dude, it's like,
wow.
Dude, he was like so rude. And then he called me back.
A lot of pressure
hold
probably
on.
involved him too.
No, stop. And then he called back like 20 minutes later and he's like, dude, what happened? Dude, what happened? I don't understand what happened. Dude, that's like you playing stupid with me, man. Like you were just talking, dude, to be honest with you, I feel like, well, I would still answer the phone because it's funny.
Enough, you're like, that's enough breast milk.
Yeah, well, you know what? I would still answer the phone, but I would still answer the phone in this magnitude, though. For content for the
Hey, get the fuck off your phone.
Hey, I would still answer the phone.
Get off your phone, man. We're talking.
I hear ya.
I would still answer the phone for him, but then it would just be like strictly for like content, for like comedic content for the podcast. Because his accent and,
Come Tuesday, the sky's the limit. Well, I don't know what he's looking for. What was he supposed to go there for to court? So is he's going to get out? He's trying to get out for this court date? They're going to be like, well, you know what? I'm
going to tell you what happens.
He ain't getting out.
Listen, I'm not going to say
he's going to go there and they're going to say hi.
God can do anything, but I'm going to tell you this is what happens. You have guys that can go back to court and they know that there's the possibility that they can get more time. It's the feeling. Listen.
Dude, how could they give you more?
Oh, they do.
Listen.
No.
They say,
You already gave me some, and then I'm just trying to get a little bit less, and you're like,
They give it to you though.
more.
You say, "Oh, we forgot to add this in."
You wanted less, but now you get more.
You only had 5 more years, but now you got more.
But wait, Mike.
Dude, fuck
There's
that shit.
more.
Oh, fuck that shit. Ask for nothing, man. You just shut the fuck up, Dad.
Hey, check this out.
You get what you get and don't throw a fit, huh?
Check this out. Listen. This is what happens.
I don't like none of that.
Listen, this is
Holy
what like
shit,
your dad
man.
was saying, like your dad was
could they do
agreeing
that?
with. Well, this is what happens. You got guys. It's the thought that you can, right? It gives you. Listen, this is what happens. Okay, I'm trying to explain this to you.
Okay, you're explaining. Let's listen.
So you're going back to court.
Yes.
And you're hoping for the best, and because you're hoping for the best,
Come on.
now it's like you're walking on cloud 9. You're like, I'm gonna get out of here, like, or whatever. You're like, something good's gonna happen.
Yeah,
But it's not the same feeling as it was a week ago. A week before you got the mail, you're like, oh man. You're like, you don't even say, oh man, but you're like, all these range of emotions. But then you're like, oh man, I'm going back into court, and then it's like, for glimpses, it's like a glimpse of freedom. It's a glimpse of hope. It's something of hope.
Yeah. What did he file that on?
It could have been 974.06. Hopefully, it wasn't a Mockner hearing. I don't know.
Maybe his rights have been.
I don't know.
Obstructed.
Nothing.
Because if he got how many years?
He took an Alford plea. He
Yeah.
didn't plead guilty. He didn't take a no contest plea. He took an Alford plea. You know what an Alford plea is?
I've never heard of that.
Well, it'd be so funny if I had the Alf that I bought. It's not here yet, but because that would be part of the joke, right?
Yeah.
But Alford pleas are where you don't you don't plead guilty, you maintain your innocence, and you acknowledge that the state has enough evidence that they can obtain a conviction. Now, if you take an Alford plea though, under those regards, you would think that a person would
It leaves it open though. It still leaves it open then for another court hearing. But that's all. If you can, go for a court hearing, or for another, all full about going to court and take it in behind another judge, and take the hearing all over again because they did something wrong.
Well,
or you got the ones where you could petition the court, to hearing, and you go in there and you just speak to the judge. The judge says, actually, you're supposed to get you got 8 years. Actually, you're supposed to get 15, so I'm going to give you the 15.
Yes.
And we'll see you later. Bye. That can happen. That really can happen. But you go to court and you're got proof that you've been violated by the court system. You'll be able to get out. You'll be able to use that because they have to give you another lawyer, and then they can't keep you in that prison either.
Well,
sounds about it. This is Mike.
This is Ken.
This is Rich.
And this is
Manwich.
Let the ears hang low.
I know, right? It feels like your ears are going.
Recording stopped.